Hey Leo, welcome to your reading for the month of May 2025. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I am a tarot reader, astrology enthusiast, and root worker, and I like to do monthly readings for all the zodiac signs as well as some other really fun things here on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to go ahead and get right on into your reading and see what comes up for you. Keep in mind, Leos, this is a general reading, so whatever comes up, okay? Spiritual team, Numinous Astro deck. What messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? What messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? Excuse me. All right, what do we have here? We have Libra, the idealist. Libras are known as harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people pleasers, fair, aesthetic, choosy, aspirational, graceful, considerate, obliging, indecisive, judgmental, and flattering. What else do we have? We have the moon, the planet of feelings. Okay. So the moon is associated with instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, emotions, self-soothing, moods, and mothers and women in general. Okay, next we have conjunction, the aspect of empowerment. This aspect is associated with combining, enhancing, strengthening, joining forces, activating, intensifying, authorizing, allying with, concentrating, saturating, overriding, and overwhelming. Okay. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Taurus, the bombshell. Okay. And Taurus energy is associated with earthiness, practicality, steadfastness, productivity, fertility, tactile things, worthiness, pleasure seeking, sensuousness, blooming, possessiveness, tenaciousness, loyalty, patience, deliberateness, and being solid. Interesting. Some of you guys may have your moon in Libra or Taurus. Okay. And the conjunction is interesting. I wonder if your moon placement is in conjunction with maybe one of these signs as well. Libra and Taurus, by the way, are both ruled by the planet Venus. So you guys may be extremely, I don't know, intuitive when it comes to Venus ruled things like money, love, beauty, art, things like that. Or you just may have a deep love for those types of things. Very interesting. Okay. Well, let's see what comes up. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you guys and see what happens. Spiritual team, African Tarot, what messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? What messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? Leos, please also note if you find this message after May 2025, that's okay. This is more of a timeless reading than anything else. So the message just may needed to have found you after May 2025, and that's okay. All right, let's see what we have. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Cups reversed, and finally the Four of Swords reversed. Okay, interesting. Some of you guys may be feeling really insecure or stressed out about money matters right now. Some of you guys may also be a little proud or stubborn when it comes to accepting help, or accepting opportunities that feel less than what it is that you want. Like the expectation level, I think, for the opportunities you're seeking is very high. You know what you want, and you're not going to settle for less. Unfortunately, I don't think you guys are in a position to be super picky right now. Okay. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. I'm not necessarily getting anything specific yet, but let me get into the bottom of the deck and see what comes up. Okay. So we have the Emperor in reverse at the bottom of the deck. We also have the World. Excuse me. We have the Fool. We have the Four of Wands reversed. And we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, either you are going through some financial issues or your family is. Yeah, very interesting. May have something to do specifically with your father figure or a father figure, a parent figure, with the Emperor reversed and the Four of Wands reversed. I'm getting home life, family, authority figures, specifically a parent. Some of you guys may be struggling to help a parent out of a certain situation, a certain financial situation. They may not be receptive to what it is that you are offering them. They could be the ones being stubborn here. It may be a pride thing, so just keep that in mind. If you're like, God, why is this person so freaking stubborn? It's pride. They don't want to accept help from anybody. They think that they need to do everything their own on their own. They should be the provider in the situation, not their child or someone that just is not, doesn't play a traditional role in society as the provider. Does that make sense? Okay. You do not have to be a man also to identify with the emperor. So this parent figure does not have to be a man necessarily. Okay. Gender in the tarot is not specific to our genders in real life. Same thing goes for this Queen of Swords that came out. Okay. And just take what resonates. This could be you, this could be someone else that you know and are very close to. It feels again like family more than like friends or a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Um, but I feel like someone here is struggling. They are really doing the best they can, but they're just being so stubborn. They are being so stubborn. I feel like there's going to have to be some conversations and realizations made about relying on others when times are hard. There is definitely something to be said about leaving behind some limiting behaviors or beliefs surrounding assistance, help, money, family. Even for some of you guys, it just feels like with the World card and the Fool here literally right next to each other, like this is a huge ending to a chapter in terms of like a limiting belief of some kind or a pattern or behavioral pattern, I should say. Um, Especially for those of you that maybe struggle with budgeting and finances in general. Some of you guys may have picked up some bad habits from your family too. So that could go all the way back to like childhood wounds and things like that. Maybe you were never taught financial literacy and you've kind of struggled with keeping yourselves financially secure. Does that make sense? And you're kind of having to learn it the hard way right now, I feel. And for some of you, I feel like this is just a resistance to accepting outside help and a fierce belief about being independent, even if it hurts you and kicks you in the butt. Okay. And again, take what resonates. This could be you, this could be a family member, but I feel like there is a conversation or a realization coming this month for you guys about what needs to change, what drastically needs to change. The Six of Cups in reverse, like I said, can talk about some deep childhood wounds. So there is definitely a pattern of behavior or a pattern of thinking, a limiting belief, a self-sabotage behavior that needs to come to an end, that needs to let go if you want to turn around and kind of pull yourself out of this hole or pull whoever it is out of this hole. This is not meant to for some of you, I feel like this is almost in a way calling you weak, or this person will feel like accepting help is weakness or admitting something is a weakness, but this is actually meant to empower you and move you forward in the best possible way. So the longer you are resistant to doing something different, the more you're going to suffer, the more you're going to struggle. The sooner you can get out of that mindset, get out of that belief that you have to do things a certain way or this person has to do things a certain way, the sooner you can get out of this mess and feel empowered and take your power back from whatever it is that is causing this issue. Okay. Leos, it's going to be an interesting month for you guys. I know this is on the shorter side for reading. The first readings I do for the month usually are shorter. But if you want a longer reading in the middle of the month, I usually offer those to the top 3 signs that engage with my content here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So leave a like, leave a compliment, a comment on this video. Let me know that you watched it and you want another reading for you on your sign later in the month. Those ones are longer, and I do a love reading and a general message with those. So with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading because that is all the messages I'm picking up here with the tarot, and just close out your reading with some additional and final messages, okay? Spiritual team, Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards, what messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? What additional messages do you have for the Leo Collective, for May 2025? Let's see what we got. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is breaking a generational belief, trauma, cycle, something like that. So this is your opportunity to break a generational cycle, pattern, chain, or trauma, okay? Yeah, so this is your opportunity to kind of break free from that or step up and show somebody like, hey, you need to look at this because this is actually really hurting you. This is what I learned and this is how I've done it. Something like that. Next we have first quarter moon in Leo. Ooh, be humble. I didn't want to say it. But you know what I said about like feeling weak or feeling like the situation is calling you weak? It's not meant to do that. It is just meant to bring out a little bit more humility and being more accepting to assistance, okay? And being humble in that sometimes we don't always have it together. Nobody always has it together. We all struggle in different ways, and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to not do this alone, okay? Oh, gosh. I'm gonna cry. It's an emotional one. Next we have full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. See the bigger picture in terms of like how you are really hurting yourself or how this person is really hurting themselves. Like they're so focused on one aspect of the problem, and there's a bigger fire outside of like this one corner of the house or this one trash can. Like the dumpster fire has spread, my friend. We need to look at the full picture and see what we're doing. It's like you're trying to keep this one aspect alive and healthy and free of flame. Meanwhile, the entire house is also burning down. You need to attend to that too. Yeah. Oof, rough. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have the last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Interesting. Yeah, for me, this is more of like, stop using your logic, stop using your reasoning or your excuses to keep hurting yourself or like talk yourself out of doing something, and really get more in touch with like those deeper seated fears or insecurities or feelings related to what is happening in your life right now. Really take a minute to understand like what it's actually doing to you. Like take a step back and really understand like how this is impacting maybe not even just you but other people around you too. Okay, interesting. All right, final deck of the reading. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? What final messages do you have for the Leo Collective for May 2025? Interesting. All right, we have selenite, clear the clutter. And for me, that just means those limiting beliefs, patterns, behaviors, self-sabotage, all of that. Okay. Next, we have bloodstone, get up and get moving. Yep, this needs to be addressed ASAP. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have amethyst, trust your intuition. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is a battle between ego, pride, quote unquote logic, whatever that means to you, and going with uh, being in touch with the bigger picture, really sensing and understanding what needs to be done, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense to you in this moment. It doesn't make sense logically in this moment to you, or it triggers an ego thing in you. Um, yeah, learning to work past that and understand that that is essentially the blockage that you have to break down in order to get what it is that you actually need, um, is where you need to follow right now or work through right now. So you guys may want to look into therapy if this is for yourself. Yeah, and also if this is someone else that you are dealing with, like uh understanding that they may not bring it up, but you may notice things and you're like, I feel like this needs to be said, or I feel like this needs to be addressed, and this person is completely ignoring it. All right, Leos, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Like I said, please leave a like and a comment if this resonated for you guys. Maybe share with another Leo if you think it would resonate for them. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I am also on Instagram and TikTok, like I said at the beginning of the video. You can find my handles below in the description box. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys next time. And until then, stay safe, healthy, and blessed. Bye.